is Sanjiv Cherian. I'm the CEO of Microminder Cybersecurity. We are a fairly new entity. However, our parent group, Microminder, has been going on for 40 years. So the chairman decided to, work separate entities at Microminder Cybersecurity. We deal with cybersecurity holistically, starting with offensive-led services to defensive and assurance-based services. Translating into simple language, security assessments for websites, mobile application and infrastructure for businesses, to all the way to continuous monitoring 24/7 security operations center, to compliance and governance consultancy that we do offer our customers. So our main goal as an organization is to eliminate the cybersecurity threats in the most possible way and make it accessible for businesses of all size globally. So our main objective was, as I mentioned earlier, it was to have that digital presence on the overall internet. Anything to do with content, of course, be presented at the right time to our right audience, targeted audience, our ICP, which is our ideal customer profile. I come from a different school of thought where I understand it. Creating that initial brand presence is very important than talking about ROI and making money immediately. And we understand SEO is a long-term process. So we have worked with you guys very closely to get our name and brand presence and provide that thought leadership content in front of our customers. So that's the main objective. I wish I could say yes to that. I don't believe we had the expertise and time to train and to find a skilled employee internally. So I think the best thing was to hire an outsourcing company or a specialist SEO agency like yourself to get us the results and have those service level agreements in place, which will provide us that assurance. So it was a win-win situation for us. The accountability of not having internal employees and have everything outsourced to someone who is a specialist was the right decision for us. As I mentioned, expertise, proficiency with technical content, especially to get help around the bottom funnel traffic, which we could convert into booked calls. That's what primary goal was, and also to identify specialists around cybersecurity, which you pretty much tick the box compared to the other SEO agencies who are very generic, and that's where we made the decision. I found out about Nuoptima through one of your articles, which was brilliant, and believe this or not, a coincidence or whatever, destiny, whatever, is when you're looking for something and a specific article just turns up in front of your screen answering exactly what you were looking at. And it was one of your articles that did it for me. And of course you guys were ranking number 1 in cybersecurity related SEO keywords, and that was pretty straightforward for me to make that decision. You guys practice what you preach, which is why you're already appearing in the right position on Google and other search engines. But most importantly, the team that we've been working with is phenomenal. I can't say much, but or say enough, I would say. But the volume of inquiries now that we are getting after 6+ months, initially it started coming from then, and then it just shows the patience and the right team, right output from the specialist agency helps in long term, of course, and the cost really fit well with our management, where we saw that sort of flexibility in writing articles and creating backlinks and keywords, and everything just worked out well for us. So you guys are brilliant in terms of being flexible and agile, and tailored work for us just seems to be the way. Yeah. So I think, as I mentioned, we are consecutively getting 2 to 3 inquiries each week. So there's this sort of consistent inquiries coming in. getting cybersecurity companies like us to rank number one on Google and any other search engines, when it's a brilliant work, right? That's exactly what we're looking to achieve, and start generating these sort of organic leads, compared to your paid ads, which is not generating inquiries enough. So on a long term as well, we're really pleased to see that sort of results now kicking in from all the initial effort we did with you, via you guys, for all the SEO activities. It's brilliant now. We're getting all the fruition now. Yeah, I definitely feel it's the strength that you have in terms of writing sensible content, very meaningful content, where people, which glues people to read the articles, right? So article writing is absolutely a phenomenal strength you guys have. Copywriters, absolutely wonderful. I think also the relevant backlinks also helps us to get that sort of ranking, and be presented in front of the right audience. So we are a company who targets customers not just in the Europe but also in the Middle East, and we get the right sort of customer profiles inquiring about our services through these articles and backlinks. So it's a no-brainer. That's what's really worked well for us. I think in all fairness, I've worked across multiple different industries in my career in the last 2 decades. Cybersecurity is one of the most hyper-competitive or very difficult niche that I've come across, especially when we are trying to look at keywords, search engine optimization I'm talking about. So that has really been difficult. And again, ranking on those technical terms on different search engines is such a difficult thing to do, and you guys have achieved it really well with the help of identifying the right keywords. What are the more buying intent led keywords rather than the non-buying intent keywords. Identifying there are so many terminologies and understanding you need to have around these keywords to then be able to write articles and appropriate backlinks to be able to help us generate inquiries. And again, going back to the same conversation about putting the right thought leadership article in front of the right people, that's a talent, right? So when we originally started as an organization, as I said, we are a fairly new entity. As part of our parent group, we didn't even have a website created. So we came to you for 80 plus services. I mean, it's not a joke, right? So you guys helped us build out those core service pages and optimize those pages for conversion rates as well. So it really worked out well for us. So though these challenges would have been really a nightmare if we didn't work with the right specialist agency. So kudos to you guys for helping us doing that. So I think continue what we are doing really well, and of course scale from where we are today. The number of inquiries are brilliant. Of course, we'll work with you more closely to double up, scale up those inquiries. We're writing plenty of articles now, which will again appear in the right place, the right target audience, and then close more deals from the inquiries that we get. 25% is ideal out of the 100% of the leads that we get in. So I think we're pleased. That's what the aim is. But at the same time, my longer term, I would say, goal would be to rank in all our services that we cater to our customers right on the top page, Google, and make meaningful content to users who are looking for meaningful content. So that's what our ultimate goal is. Yes, absolutely. The primary goal for us is exactly that. I've been in the industry for 10 plus years, and I've seen cybersecurity content is complex, deliberately made difficult or inaccessible, so that the value of cybersecurity remains as top notch as it is. I think it's not one of the best things to do when businesses are struggling with cyber attacks, ransomware, you name it. So the idea was to make all these complex terminologies of cybersecurity into simple translatable language for users who are not necessarily cybersecurity literate. So make it accessible to them, and you guys have, helped us in translating that, interpreting that in a simple language, enough for users to say, okay, the content I just read makes sense. It's not all gibberish, technical jargon based language, but also it's converted and translated into real life scenarios, and simple English for people to, you know, take a next step action. And that's what we're getting inquiries, and that's what people find value in from our content.